I think a couple of the articles have read, traveled through bucolic, Kent County, went around the corner, saw a few cows, and suddenly there was this building there that said ILC Dover. But we are a no-kidding aerospace company here. We do things that are influential across the country. We have businesses internationally, and we take a lot of pride in what we do, and where we're located is actually a pretty nice place to be.
I was on a family trip, and we were on our way out to Montana, and we happened to be in Chicago getting ready to get on a train to traverse out to Montana the night that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon. And I do remember sitting in the hotel room and watching him come down the ladder and walk on the surface of the moon. I had no idea then that it would play such a predominant role in my life and changing the direction of what I might study or where I might end up. ILC is a wonderful company to work for, and that certainly shows in the longevity of our employees. We have people who've worked here more than 50 years.
My father was instrumental and actually a chief engineer in the Apollo space program. It was very amazing to watch that happen. I met Neil Armstrong in our house right 2 months before he walked on the moon, and came to work for ILC, started out on the project design side, transitioned over to the marketing side, and yes, now my daughter, our daughter works here, and she's a chemical engineer as well, working in our process engineering side.
What we are constantly doing here is looking for what's going to be next as far as materials or products. And one of the things that really is emerging is to be able to make the products that are created smarter.
This product is extremely innovative. It's an escape mask that contains a hood integrated with a blower. The minute you pull it out of the package, it turns on. The user has to do nothing. They pop it on over their head, and they're fully protected from chemical, biological, and radiological elements.
The resilient tunnel plug is a very large diameter inflatable structure that is packed on the side of a subway tunnel, and when something happens and someone decides to deploy the plug, it will inflate out into the area and completely plug the tunnel from allowing water to pass through.
These are custom heat seal machines that thermally seal these plastic materials together.
We build barrier films. We build tailored barrier films so that we can address not only the need for protection from these minute particles, but also protection from the nature of the chemical. Some of these things we'd like to let oxygen through because it needs to help accelerate the reaction. Some of them are so dangerous that we can't have any exposure to those molecules in this atmosphere. So we build the right laminate barrier film for these chemicals and adapt them to the production lines in pharmaceutical companies.
The space program is changing. It's always changing, just like it did going from Project Apollo into Skylab and then into the Space Shuttle program. ILC will be making the spacesuits to be used on the International Space Station and help them keep the space station operational.
There's a lot of pride. When something goes bad, there's a lot of tears. There's a lot of people that are invested in this. We still have folks working here who worked in the Apollo program. We had an astronaut's daughter come to work here for a while, and when she left, she basically said, "Thanks for keeping my dad alive."
Looking into the crystal ball, that's really difficult to do, is predict what's going to be next, but whatever is going to be next, ILC definitely will be working on that.